So far, 0 people. Really raking in views.
That's right, you know it. This time.
Oh, we got 2. 14. Alright, we're going places now.
Alright.
What is the word? Let me flip this guy around. Alright guys, welcome to the video. We are on our way down to the Callout. We are somewhere in Virginia right now, and we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A. So, if you have any questions, be sure to leave them right there, and we'll try to get to as many as we can.
I'm going to look that way for the most part because I don't want to die. Just throwing that out there. And shit's already going down. It's been a rough ride so far. It's been rainy. The traffic's been horrible. It's we left what, 8 hours ago. It's supposed to be a 6-hour ride, 6.5-hour ride. Yeah, that's how it's going. And we have like 3 more hours to go. So what's going on, everybody?
What's going on from Kentucky? Hey guys.
Kentucky. I'm gonna see you soon, Kentucky. Kentucky, we're coming down in like 3 weeks for the Camaro Fest. It'll be fun.
What cars are you guys gonna run?
I'm running my CTS-V, the wagon. It's probably the most suited one for this event because it's an 1/8 mile track, and having a route style blower just like gets you off the line immediately. It's so, you know, and that's all the 8 miles about, is getting off the line. We've got new tires on it, new Mickey Spin City every single run. I don't think there was a clean pass last time at all, and it still managed to do a 10.2 at 140 miles per hour, so it's got a lot of oomph to her. I'm hoping to see, well, whatever the 1/8 mile version of a 9-second pass is. I have no idea what that is. Probably a 6.5 or something like that. I don't even know.
Is Mike gay?
Which Mike? There's a lot of mics.
I don't know.
I know a lot of mics. I have a mic that works for me. If you're talking about him, now he's just angry. But it's like all like inside. It's like clown anger. I hope he's watching. He's probably going to sharpen his like bowling pin. Which mic?
I don't know. It just says Mike.
Well, they'll clarify. It's delayed. Everything you write is delayed, just so you know. So when I ask like what mic, we'll probably have to come back to it.
Yeah. All right. How many cars we're bringing down? We already covered that.
Yeah, I'm only bringing one. None of my guys are coming down. It's a hike. Well, Sean's coming down, but he drives a Subaru, so that's like, forget that. Hi, Sean.
It's fine. All right. Hey guys. Pretty cool when you guys popped that.
It's an interesting video. I mean, this happens in the reason why I love manufacturer and not doing some tire flex, and that's something that rubbed the floor on the cars on like 40 months. And last time it was like the second run back there to catch some big fireballs that it was putting out, which the fireballs were nuts. Those fireballs were like really crazy. I'm just happy that Max didn't get like hit with a tire, and the damage was like minimal. It was like, you know, the tire and a little bit of the wheel well, the inside cover, which is cool. I made a deal with the owner, if it got to 200,000 views, that I would buy him a set of tires. And if you look at it now, it's probably close to 700,000. So he already got the new tires. Did we put it in a video or no? I filmed it. I don't know if I don't know. We have a lot of footage. You guys probably see about 5% of the things that like actually go on in the shop. At most 5%. But
He was talking about street speed. He said Mike.
is Mike gay? I don't think he's gay. Yeah.
Who knows?
That's.
Where's the wife?
The wife's at home. She's watching the kids. She probably she wants to come to some of these events, but she doesn't want to watch the kids at the events. So it's like coordinating like babysitters and whatnot for all of it. It's really tough. We're gonna see if we can get her to Marrow Fest next month. No promises though. Looks like we should take 295. 53. Well, whatever road we work on here, that's what I'm gonna take.
Do you ever tune or mess with diesels?
No. So I like to stick with what I have experience with, and I do not have experience with tuning a diesel, so I don't touch them. The only stuff that I've tuned is GM and lightly into some Ford and Dodge stuff. I have, and it's all like the gas stuff. Had but I don't often because it's not what I specialize in. So it's all GM what I do right now. We're probably going to get more into trucks, and maybe we'll get more into diesels with the new shop, and maybe we can get some better ventilation. We have good ventilation now, but diesels are a disaster, so we'll have to play it by ear.
Alright, let me see here. Daniel asks where the rest of the crew is, Mike and Nick. Nick just got there, or I assume he's just about getting there at this point.
It's the first time that Nick's early. The first time.
He actually left on time.
Yeah, he did.
Mike, I had no idea.
I think Mike's supposed to come tomorrow.
Yeah, he's usually even later than Nick.
Yeah.
What are you trying to run against in your car?
Whatever. I'm not. I want to just get some good data off the line. We just got the inner chiller on it, and it's showing some pretty promising things. I just want to be able to hook up. The last time I didn't hook up worth a damn, and that's what I'd like to do this time. And it's 8th mile, so I have no idea what it correlates to, but if I can make it 2 or 3 tenths better than I was doing last time in the 8th mile, I know that I'm solidly into the 9s then, and that's where I'd love to be. Maybe if I'm maybe a 10th might get me solidly in the 9s as well, but I think that if I get off the line and don't spin, we're gonna see some good times when we get back to Cecil, where I usually run our quarter-mile stuff.
What's the most powerful Silverado you ever tuned?
I think a 900 horsepower Pro-Charged. It's either Pro-Charged or Turbo. They both came in like the same week, and I can't remember which one was which. I'm pretty sure that the Pro-Charged one was the wildest ride. I think the Turbo had like the brakes, like Hydro Boost brakes, and they were acting funny, so I don't think that we really opened it up on the straight. But the Pro-Charged one, I think that was Noah. I think that's Noah's car. That was wild. That thing's nuts, and that's to the wheels with through truck tires too. That was a wild ride. That scared the shit out of me. I mean, I go fast with like, cars and stuff, and they'll beat that, but like in a big like Chevy 2500, like that's wild going that fast.
What's your tow rig? Well, we have the hybrid Escalade here and the Slipstream trailer hanging out behind with a wagon in it.
Yep, hybrid for the win, baby.
Why did Andrew kidnap Josh?
Who said that?
I don't know. It was a retardant moment. I'm regretting it ever since he made us get off the expressway.
Hey. I thought there was a way to get back on right away. My bad.
I don't know about keeping him in here. We might throw him out the window at the end of this.
To get the CTS-V ready, inner chiller and a tune, was that it?
Well, it was inner chiller, Yeah, I did a light retune on it. We had tires that we put on, and the inner chiller system, it's the active inner chiller that we did. It also it also can retain a heat exchanger. So we did some really cool mounting, and you'll see the video where I get it compiled. I'm going to try to get it compiled tonight, and we'll go to the higher pressure area in the grill. It'll push that air down through the heat exchanger, and when it's not using it, that heat exchanger will just continually be cooling, and then when you're like at speed, it'll put in some good work. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well that actually performs. I'm going to do a test at some point to see how well it does without the inner chiller working. But yeah, that's the only things that we did to my CTS-V is the inner chiller with the heat exchanger, which was new for us. And I think it's the second one that he has out there now. This is the active inner chiller in Florida, and then we put new Mickey Thompson drag radios on because my set that I was running at the last YouTube call out were probably like 2 or 3 years old.
Are you running E85 on that?
It's E58 right now. It was so E85 I think puts down like 804. We put it on the dyno and it did like 770 before we came on E58. I didn't really feel like dicking around too much because it was this morning, so we like said, okay, it's running clean, put it in the car, or put it in the trailer, and we're on our way down.
No, we will not be working on Street Speed's Duramax. We just talked about diesels earlier, and I know for certain that Mike doesn't want any mechanical work done to that car anyway. He wants to keep it stock.
What he said.
How about tuning a Grand Am?
I used to do a decent bit with like the 4 cylinders and the Grand Prix, like 3800 with the Supercharger on it. I used to do, you know, a decent bit of work in there, but I stopped doing it because it's really not the market that we're focusing on. And honestly, if I'm charging $400 or $500 for a tune on a Grand Am and I'm picking up 5 horsepower, it's just not good for the client or me. I feel like I'm robbing somebody if I'm doing something like that.
Would you ever do a truck build, like for yourself?
Yeah, I would. If I could tune this hybrid like better than there's a couple little things I can do to it. If I could actually tune this hybrid, I would have this thing like with a supercharger on it. It would be wild.
So I'd swap my Cherokee.
No, we should not, like, no, I don't want to touch your Cherokee. That's horrible. That's a horrible idea, Josh. But
That'd be fun.
For myself, I've been looking at trading this Escalade in for a newer one. And what I may do then is take the blower off of my ZL1 and throw it on that. That would be pretty cool. We do that in headers and a camshaft. I think that would be a pretty wild ride.
Will you be back in time to tune my POS on Monday, says Charles Barhorst.
I mean, how much of a POS? I don't remember. No, I'll be back. I'm coming back Sunday. So we'll get her done.
You should let Max drive the car at the call out. Well, you said the ZL1, so there's 2 problems with that, or 3 problems. 1, the ZL1 won't be there. 2, Max won't be there. And 3, he won't let that happen anyway.
Yeah, you're damn right I wouldn't. Max has a fast car. He's got that 335 that should be fast. I mean, I don't think it's 1/8 mile fast because it's turboed, but yeah, that should be pretty quick. I want to race it. I want to race that. We'll start low. We'll start with the ZL1. We'll give him a shot against the ZL1, and if he beats that, then he can race the wagon. If he beats the wagon, then whenever I get the twin turbo C7 back on the road, he can race that.
Why is Mike scared of John?
Which Mike? My Mike?
I assume you're Mike.
Yeah. John's huge, and he's got a beard. A ginger beard, that's right.
Will you invest in a blah blah blah? Will you get a new tow rig?
Yeah, eventually. I like the Escalade a lot. This thing has like the air suspension on it, so it like auto levels. Go Avalanche! It's pretty cool. In the video that I'm going to post whenever I finish compiling it, I hook the trailer up and I turn the car on. You can see the squat of the Escalade go like that. It's kind of wild. I'll put it in fast motion, so it's like really obvious. But you know, I like this, and it's comfortable, and this like serves the family really well. Usually there's 3 car seats back there, but since Josh is a big baby, it just takes up the whole back.
Just throw me under the bus.
That's right.
Yes, it is an 1/8 mile track. Because did you change your gearing or tune at all?
No.
Because of that?
No. It's, you know, my car's set up for maximum acceleration. I got 6 speeds, so I got nothing to do. One thing we did for Nick though is we swapped out those rear tires for a smaller tire height, so that is effectively changing the gearing slightly. I think it's like, I don't remember what the actual like difference is, but that'll help him accelerate a little faster, and we'll see how it goes. He should only have 1 shift. He should be like first to second, and that's his like only thing. Me, I got 6 speeds of fury. I don't really give a shit. Like, you know, if I'm doing 1/8 mile or 1/4 mile or a roll race event, it doesn't make a difference. I'm accelerating maximum like pretty much all the time with that Roots blower.
All right, we're gonna take a pause from the YouTube questions and go to some of the Instagram ones. When is the active inner chiller install video gonna go live?
Maybe tonight or tomorrow. Well, yeah, because I'll have some time tomorrow to work it. But yeah, we're done doing Nick's cars. So I was planning. What's up?
Nothing.
Oh, so I was planning to actually just start dumping my money into the ZL1. So here's my conundrum, and you guys tell me what you think about this. Is for me to get the ZL1 souped up, which I think is my favorite car right now. For me to get that souped up, I have to abandon the C7 project. And I'm debating what to do here, because like the C7 project's pretty much, it's almost done. I need to, but we had a hiccup where I have to go back and like pull this oil pump off and probably put a new one on. And at the same time, since the engine's coming out, well, I'll either have an upgrade for it, since I'll have that opportunity again, or I'm just going to put it back. I've been debating, should I put it back to stock and trade it in and then get to that new tow rig, the new Escalade, or if I should just put it back how it is, current engine, and then sell it, or build it even crazier. So I have like 3 options, and 2 of them take me away from going in depth into my ZL1. And I really want to get into the ZL1 because I really love that car. So I don't really know what to do. I know that my car's fast. I don't really have anything to prove. Shit, I go to the track and I need a parachute, so it kind of like, it's almost useless. I gotta put a parachute, a cage, and all sorts of shit on it, because and I don't really want to cut into it. So
all right, this one could take a while, so let's try to get the quickest answer. Your favorite build you've done?
Favorite build? We've done a lot of builds. Favorite build? That's a really good question. Yeah, that's a really good question, Mike.
Maybe we'll come back to it if you
well,
want.
You know what? I like the Freedom Rocket build because it really it's cool, but like it shifted a little bit, you know, to the side from where I would have liked it to have been. Like, I like the factory transmission, or I would have put a 4L80 and, you know, a couple other things. But I mean, that all can still happen. It's one of those things where, you know, the budget only allows so much, and it's great to play with other people's money, but you know, we're trying to maximize the benefit for the customer. So, like for Nick's build, instead of doing like an LSX right away, we save $5,800 and do a built LSA. So, you know, we kind of have to, you know, do it in steps. And plan is that we get an LSX in there at some point, and a bigger blower and less nitrous. But at this point, it's, you know, stock blower that ported. I mean, it makes really good power, and then that's the journey. We haven't seen the end of the journey, so I don't know if that's my favorite build yet. Like, but it's the one that's on the tip of my tongue, you know, frankly, because like that's what we're going to the YouTube call out for. So I guess that's my answer for now.
When are you gonna build a Fox body drag car? You might want to talk to Mike about that one.
Yeah, Mike, our employee Mike has the Fox body drag car with an LS in it. Thank God. Hasn't hit any crowds yet either, so that's also a plus.
Might not be able to answer, or might not want to answer this one, but what is your most unfavorite build? Who do you want to shit on today?
Well, yeah, that's a tough one. I think that, let's not say the like a certain build, but a type of build where I'd say that my most unfavorite build is stuff that another person or shop has hacked up. And I'm not talking about any shops that you guys are thinking of. I'm talking about like way backyard kind of crap, like people that you guys don't even know about, that like use speaker wire for alternator wire, and like rubber hose instead of fuel line. I was talking about this earlier, and like shit like that, like having to fix that, and then the expectation from the customer is that they get done like really fast and quickly, and then there's so much wrong to it, like that we have to fix to be able to put our seal of approval on it. Just like the minimal viable product. Like that's, like, I hate when I run into that build, because one, it almost blindsides the customer, and it's like we don't want to take advantage, but like for us to do the build, sometimes we have to like redo everything that somebody else has done. And like when wiring's a disaster, going back through somebody else's work that like is very in depth can be, yeah, that's the most unfavorite build. And not really, like, it's not from any shop that like you guys like that's affiliated on YouTube, but I have like some ideas in my mind that like are sticking out, and it's no YouTube shop is that one.
We did not specifically call anyone out. No. Did you?
No, but I'll I did ask Mike to race the wagon with his McLaren. I don't know if he's going to bring the McLaren or what, but I mean, I asked him for a street race a while ago, I think, and so that would be more fair for him, because I mean the wagon's going to clean up in the 8th mile. I don't know anybody else that's going. I think I hear that Andy from DFR is going, and I'd love to race the Red Rocket. I think that's what it's called, Red Rocket. I'd love to race that with my wagon. I think that'd be a cool race.
Here's a good one. Why are Coyotes better than the LS engines?
does not compute. No, the Coyote is actually a really good platform. Really good. They've been holding up to some really good power with the stock bottom end. Like, really good. Like the old engine, that 4.6 was a disaster. Like once they got to that 5.0 in it, I got a lot more respect for Mustangs out there, especially like the newest stuff. They're doing really, really well. In fact, even compared to Chevy, I feel like the new Mustang can be up to a certain point, a better bang for the buck. Like you get an engine that's very, very capable out of that new Mustang GT. That I mean, I started like thinking, wow, maybe I want to get one of those and dig around it. But like that one really impressed me. Like I was just talking to Hellion Turbo Systems about their kit. They just put down like 1,100 horsepower in a stock bottom end with like E85. It's like, holy shit. Like that's wild. And I'm impressed with the new Mustang. Now the new LT4, so not the LT1. The new LT4s are just as capable. Like we just put down 1,000 and change on the stock bottom end on that turbo vet that we've done. That did go in a video, but yeah, put down like 1,008 to the wheels with you know, the turbos and E85, and it still has room to go. It just needs a little bit more of a fuel system. So and that's as capable.
Do you plan on supercharging this vehicle?
That would be awesome, but because the tuning support's not there, no.
Some people want to see you race Andy now.
Yeah.
You say that. Still a Mustang. Is a Whipple Supercharger better than the stock one on a 2017 ZL1?
Yes. Simple answer.
What's the fastest car you've built?
I mean, there's a lot of them. Yeah, our top tiers. Our top tier is pretty high. But some of that stuff I can't even talk about. But yeah, I haven't. Let me put it this way: I have not maxed out the new dyno at 2,000 horsepower. That's the max for the new dyno. But the old dyno is 1,200 horsepower, and that one's been achieved. Not on the old dyno, but on this dyno.
What
Who
a
farted? Was it Sean? Josh would take the blame.
It was not.
I think Sean beefed one or shit himself.
I wish. That was a good one.
I was
Right.
not.
I'd accept that guy.
I've only pooped myself a couple times. Couple. This morning for one.
Should Boosted GTO sell his GTO and get a V?
Yes. The V is it's a newer platform. It's got a lot of pluses to it that you don't get in the GTO. Like you can fit a tire under it. You get the mag ride. You get a lot of the comfort. The only thing that you don't get is gas mileage.
How do you fix a reduced engine power service on a C5?
It depends what it's on for. You fix whatever's wrong with it. It could be the tune. It could be a throttle body. It could be like a bad map sensor, a bad mass airflow sensor. It could be a couple things. You fix what's wrong.
Late Tubers says to floor it.
It's pouring down rain. I'm gonna pass, but honestly, we're going 65, so it wouldn't go anywhere at this point. We're towing like 8,000 pounds, and yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere with the hybrid. The hybrid only allows me to do, so the hybrid's really weird. It's like from 0 to 20, it like ramps it in. About 20, it's full throttle. 40, it shuts down to about 30-some% throttle. And then after 55, it's like 52% throttle, and it goes nowhere. It's the hybrid stuff for you, but it's not slow. It has some weird delays and, you know, stupid shit. But 20 to 40 feels really great.
Dude,
looks better than American racing headers from a tuning aspect. From my perspective, so what we do differently than a lot of shops, instead of putting it in like the wideband in the tailpipe, we put 2 widebands in, one on each bank. And one of the big differences from Cook's to American racing headers is Cook's keeps it the banks separated for the first and secondary oxygen sensors, and then does an X pipe. Whereas American racing headers will do the first oxygen sensors, the primary oxygen sensors, and then X pipe it, and so I don't get a good bank-to-bank reading easily without having to take the front O2s apart. And I hate that, because if one bank's running really lean, and we see it a lot, especially on like meth cars or like cars that like come in with like eBay injectors, like that the bank to bank can be obscenely bad. And so if you're doing one tailpipe reading, you're getting the average, and shit's all over the place. Like you can have like one bank running an 11.5 and the other bank running a 10 flat or a 13, and you don't know exactly what's going on. Like you might, if you're tuning right in the center, it might be taking the average, and one bank could be really rich or too lean and causing damage. And that's why I really like Cook's, because from a tuning perspective, it makes my job easier and more accurate.
Start flexing.
Ow.
Sweet. Boosted, yes, this is fun. It's passing our time as well, so that's kind of nice.
That's good. I'm hoping to get there like fun too, fast.
Roll down the windows.
Hey, Josh.
Hi. Thanks. Always throwing me on the bus.
Oh, let's see. What do we got? Oh, there we got the work flops.
Yeah. I bought new work flops for this call-out event, so you know that it's special. I went right to Walmart and I got the most expensive work flops that I could find. They were $9.98, and I don't even think there was tax on it, so be prepared. I think they're George work flops.
Will Nick outrun John Doc?
No. No, I mean, there's a chance that he will. I mean, John Doc honestly has a lot more seat time, and if John Doc hooks up, I don't know that I see it right now, but you know, we'll see. We got new stickier tires. Like my guess is no, but I don't know. We'll find out.
Can you make your ZL1 a road course car?
I don't really care for road course racing, because it would be cool. But if I wanted a road course racing car, I would stick with the Vet. I would go with a Z06 or splurge all my money on a ZR1. I don't know. I don't have enough money for a ZR1, so I guess a Z06 would be it. The ZL1's a really great car. I would have, if it was truly going to be ZL1 for road course, I would have done the 1LE. But that only comes in a manual, and I really want to be automatic. And I don't know. I don't want to do road course racing. I know it's fun. I used to do SCCA, like the Solo 2, the autocross stuff. That was really fun. I really do enjoy, you know, the course racing. But you know, if I did it, it's going to be like parking lot shit like that, where the worst thing that happens is I go into the grass or I hit a cone. Like, not, hey, guess what? I totaled my car, and now I gotta like somehow get insurance to cover, and they're not going to. That's not my goal.
Would meth benefit me with my inner chiller, says Boosted.
Yes. Yeah, meth injection still benefits, not only as an octane booster, but it still cools down the intake charge. So what we've seen is, even with full E85, adding meth helps. The inner chiller, I mean, it'll all help, but how much it helps, it might only be like 10-15 horsepower. So is that worth it to you? You know, to rely on meth? That's you know, something you'll have to answer yourself.
Is there a average MPG, not current, way to show here?
13.2, that's what I'm averaging, towing 8,000 pounds.
All right.
And we've had some stop-start, you know, kind of situations.
Single big turbo or twin?
Depends on what you're looking to do.
All right.
Like, if you're looking for responsiveness, probably the twins, because you can keep them closer to the manifold, the exhaust manifolds. Like, you can have it like right there, and they light up fast. You can use, you know, pretty small turbos. If you're looking for, you know, high-end power, single's probably the best way to go. But you could also, you know, size the twins effectively that way. Single is sometimes more complicated, sometimes less complicated, depending on the application it goes on.
The weather's actually looking all right for the day of the actual race. Obviously not now,
Yeah.
but it's looking all right then. Have you ever been to this track before?
No.
Nope. What's the... I don't even know if this is an answerable question. What's the craziest thing that has ever happened in the shop?
Like, oh man. Well,
Who's that?
I don't know what the craziest thing would be. Yeah, there's been a lot of crazy shit, like a lot of crazy stuff. I can't think of anything that, like, maybe the guys can think of something, but I can't think of anything. Whee! Like, what are we driving into?
Can you guys still hear us? Or is this rain a little too much? Can you LT4 swap a supercharged LT4 from a ZL1 to a 2017 regular SS?
Yes.
Okay. Demon or modded ZL1?
Modded ZL1 all the way. All the way.
Do you work on all LS motors?
Yeah.
Eric and Alex are not coming. They're still, I mean, they're probably not there now, but they're at sea, staying home this weekend.
Baylor's.
Has there been a GN on your dyno?
I feel like there's been one on the old dyno. I don't believe we've had one on the new one. So that's been 2 years that we've been at the new shop. 2010 since the old one.
Alrighty. Anything else?
I know that there's been an LS Swamp GN on one of the dynos too. And that guy's got his flashes on like he beat me.
Can you make 2,000 horsepower on your ZL1?
Probably not. Like, I mean, all it takes is money and a lot of stupidity, I suppose. But I wouldn't build any car, any street car, to 2,000 horsepower. It would be like, it'd be worthless on the street, and it would probably, I don't know, just unless it's like an all-wheel drive large. It sounds great, but it's not. Like even like 900 some horsepower on the street kind of sucks. Not all the time, but a lot of the time.
5.3 or 6.0 for a project that's getting a 150 shot.
6.0.
Alright. No, we cannot tune diesels. We've been over this. Turbo trucks.
Yeah.
We have, quote, messed with some turbo trucks.
Messed. We got a lot of them under our belt, but like building them, only a couple of them, I suppose. But tuned a lot of them. Definitely tuned a lot of them, and fixed a couple things on a lot of them. I mean, turbos are great. I love turbos, but usually a supercharger is easier and more effective, minus belt slip. That's the only thing that like sucks with the supercharger.
Yes, it is pouring.
Yes, it is.
Stainless steel or American racing headers?
I think you mean stainless works or American racing. I mean, at that point, I think either. I think on my wagon I have stainless works.
Can you help me out with a Challenger tune?
Nope, don't know anything about it. Well, nope. I wouldn't say anything. I've tuned only a handful of it, but I'm not specialized in it. I don't know all the intricacies, so I do not offer that because I don't want to blow up your car.
Can you tune an 08 CTS V6?
I can, but I won't.
Can you tune Audis?
We do the APR tunes. So, I mean, and a lot of them are pretty fun, especially the new like turbo stuff, wild stuff. Like you get yourself like an S3 with that 4-cylinder turbo. That thing's wild. Like that thing with the tune is wild. Now, for me, I don't like build the tunes there. I'm basically just like a middleman. But yeah, I've seen some stuff behind the scenes, and that APR stuff's pretty damn nice. I totally approve of it.
Is it usually easier to install turbos or superchargers?
Superchargers, usually. Like it depends on the car, I suppose. Like if you sometimes the space is right for a turbo when it's not right for a supercharger.
Can you tune a fish? Highest horsepower vehicle you've ever driven?
Ever driven? I have no idea.
Can you put Cook's headers on my Hellcat?
So we could probably do that, but we don't specialize in it. But we could do that, and we wouldn't tune it because we don't specialize in it. you would have to call the shop and talk to Alex to set that up. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, because I don't offer like the complete package, it's, you know, he might get, you know, hear you on the phone and be like, yeah, no.
Would you put the APR tune on a B7 A4?
Yes.
Have you ever done a wheelie?
Yeah. On what? My cars?
Just, that's the question.
I got my motorcycle, my pedal bike.
How about in a car?
In a car. Not in my cars. My cars, for some reason, always stay planted, even if they're like pulling like really good 60 foots. I don't know. None of my cars, I think, have pulled wheelies. I've driven customer cars that have.
Fastest speed you've ever been in a vehicle?
I took my, well, I don't know what the actual speed was, but I buried the speedometer on my 2010 Corvette, and the speedometer goes to 200. So, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So you know it's really.
Well, I was just like, I was leaving my buddy's place, and I hit it, and it was. I looked down and I was going like 190, and I was like, well, fuck it. And I just kept on going and buried the speedometer, and then was like, I slowed down to a brisk 150. It felt like I was going nowhere, even though I was going 150 miles per hour. And that's when it was like a camshaft and headers. Like that, Corvettes move.
No.
From the factory, they're limited to 190 some miles per hour. So, limited. Like, GM was like, yeah, we don't want you to hit 200. We're just going to limit you to 109. Why even have a limiter?
Who's gonna win between Nick and Andy?
Nick.
Yeah, that's kind of easy. It's kind of a race car.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Andy's not going to get off the... Well, as far as... So, I don't know Andy's entire build. I'm excited to see it. I think that... I mean, as long as Nick hooks up, it's over. Like, there's no coming back from a, you know, a launch like that, especially in the 8th mile. I think Andy's car being turboed, I think it's still turboed, that's more of a quarter mile or, you know, higher, you know, end thing. But
have you ever crashed on a street tune?
Yes.
Really?
Well, so yeah.
I was expecting that to be a no.
Well, nothing like catastrophic or anything like that, but so I, like, you know, when you do enough cars, you will have incidences that you wish you didn't have, and the one that's like just out there in my mind right now is long time ago, probably 2011-ish. I was tuning a GTO that we just finished the camshaft in it. It was an automatic GTO. It had drag radials on, and the ground was slush. It had drag radials up front. Returned behind my building, and the car kept on going straight when I was like, no! It was like 5 miles per hour, and I hit the fence and broke the bumper, and that like sucked. I also banged up Alex's car. Alex, my employee Alex. What am I looking for?
Getting there.
We're getting there. I banged up Alex's car.
And
that one was also at 2 miles per hour. I haven't had any like catastrophic, you know, like failure where I like wrapped the car around something or whatnot, but you know, shit happens when you drive a car. Like, we're complete street performance. We like take every car that's worthy out on the street, and there's obstacles and stupid shit that can happen. I try to like minimize the risk, but you know, shit happens.
yes, we can put American Racing headers on your Z06, and we can also offer you a lot of other options, like Cooks or Brodix or other fun stuff. Also, yes, we can do a cold air intake, but Maybe you could teach yourself, and you could do that.
What? Let us do it. Pay us to do it. Much better that way. Stop chasing away this thing, Sean.
What else do we have going on?
We have like 5 people watching.
We have pretty good watch and have been for a while.
Yeah? How many people are watching?
Right now, 40.
Holy shit. I didn't even know that I had that many friends.
We've been up to 60 for a good bit.
Ah.
Have you ever cammed an L83, and if so, how much horsepower did you get out of it?
What's the L83 in? We'll come back to that when you answer that, because I can't remember. I'm assuming it's a truck. I don't remember what the hell that's in. I don't remember what that engine designation is.
I sure hope this is a yes. Can you tune an LS1 swapped Saturn Solstice with a mid Edelbrock cam, Street Performer headers, and 13/4 inch headers?
1 3/4.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
There's not a space there.
13.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Can you please bring that in?
Yeah, we've got a couple really cool swaps. You know what? Going back to one of the previous questions, I think one of the coolest cars to work on was a couple BMWs that were LS swapped. I really like BMW. I grew up with a really strong like for the BMW, like E30, E36 series, and E34. That's the those are the 2-3 series, and then the that's an older 5 series that I really like those cars, and I love it when I get like swaps of those in. They make my day because they're so cool. I've probably bought 3 or 4 E36 M3s to swap them with an LS engine, and just never got around to it and sold them. And yeah, that's a build that I'd like to do one day. Today's not the day, and tomorrow doesn't look good either.
Yes, we are towing. The wagon is in the slipstream trailer right now. The L83 is in a 2015 Sierra.
2015 Sierra. Okay. Is that a 6.0? Or is it a 6.2? Gosh. Yeah, I can't remember. But we've definitely done a couple things to 2015 Sierras. I feel like there's a Sierra that you did with a Whipple on it. Were you here for that? The blue one?
What car was that?
Blue Sierra, GMC Sierra.
I think so.
Whipple.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think I had a camshaft in it.
Single turbo, 335, or twin.
Depends on your goals. I mean, single turbo seems to make sense on those.
What are the benefits of each?
Well, I mean, single turbo is probably cheaper. And twin turbo I don't know, you probably need so much stuff. Like, there's so much support for a single turbo. Single turbo is probably the way to go. There's like a single turbo conversion set up for the 335. Talk to Max. Go to Match Hair Vids and see what what he has to say.
What's the fastest quarter-mile pass you've ever had?
In my cars, the 9s. I've never gotten off the line, anything like crazy on the vet. The vet always had the stock stall. The mile per hour on the old turbos was like 151 or 153, and with the new turbos and this setup, we're expecting it to be somewhere around the 160 range. But I didn't tell a lot of people this, but pretty dramatically. So if I do continue with that build instead of this soon, like all set up how I want it to be,
Is a 292 cam a good size for a Chevy 350?
It depends what you're trying to do. Want good drivability? Maybe not. That's not the only. That's not the only thing that you can. You can't just say 292. You gotta like have intake, exhaust duration, lobe separation, like you gotta have lift in there. Like we gotta get a little bit more information, and it all depends on how the car is set up, what your goals are. So that's a tough internet question.
No, we will not tune Steve's BMW. Because we don't.
BMW?
Not that Steve.
What Steve?
Steve from RPM.
Well, Fran should be able to tune it, right?
No. Can you tune?
Me and Fran don't tune.
Can you tune Steve from RPM's BMW since Fran won't?
No. No, neither Fran or I have the hardware to tune a BMW, or the experience in tuning like a factory BMW computer. So it's probably like, no thanks.
Is a 900 horsepower C6 for $30,000 a good deal?
Yes, you should buy that. Talk to Alex. He's selling his, and that thing rips. That's my first Corvette, by the way. Alex owns my first Corvette, and he's taken it. So when I sold it, I owned it for 3 years, put 80,000 miles of daily driving on it, and it was fantastic. I think it has 100,000 miles on the body now, and he upgraded everything. He put a 416 in it. He has a Rick Kim built transmission, torqued. He's got a new torque tube, like super duper clutch, the Z06 rear axles, all sorts of like crazy ass shit on it. YSI supercharger. It's got like it's exactly where I wanted to take that thing, and that is an incredible deal. And it's a wide body conversion, which is also what I wanted to do. I think he's got welds on it. So yeah, I would take Alex's car in a heartbeat.
Back to the last question, a little update on the BMW. It's LS swapped.
Wait, Steve's is LS swapped?
Apparently.
Oh, yeah, I'll tune it. Send him up. As long as it's a GM computer. If it's like some smorgasbord that he put in, then no.
What's the power limit of a Gen 4 SPB or SBE?
Depends on which Gen 4 engine you're talking about. So the rods are usually good for around, like in the 6.0 or the 6.2, they're usually good for somewhere around the 800 horsepower mark, depending, what's done and, the application. The 6 liters seem to have rod bearing issues from time to time, even stock rod bearing issues, so that kind of sucks. So the LS3s, however, seem to hold up really, really nice. We have a lot of stock bottom end LS3s, like doing 800 plus to the wheels, and that's pretty cool. And when I say stock bottom end, I mean just the stock rotating assembly. I mean it will have a camshaft in it and have boost to it, but no change to the pistons, rods, or crank is what I understand the question as.
Alright everyone, so it has been a wonderful little live stream we've done. We just hit over an hour.
Holy shit.
So we've had...
Are we there yet?
We got about 2 hours left.
2 hours left.
Oh my god.
This trip will never end. But thanks so much for stopping along and coming with us on this little adventure down to North Carolina. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button that is still there on the live video. You're probably already subscribed if you're seeing this, but if you're not, you know what to do.
You should subscribe. Like,
yeah.
Totally. Like,
yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you if you didn't subscribe?
Anyway.
Yeah. I'm not blessed on. Yeah, I am. You guys should subscribe.
Anyway, subscribe. Have a good day. Peace.
Oh shit, we did peace.
We didn't. I stopped it. You don't want peace? What do you want to do?
Yeah, forget peace. Like, we should say, have a great day, guys. That's what I always say. Peace.
All right. Have a great day, guys.
Have a great day, guys.